Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. How are you? I'm Jannah Ahmed Al Sadiq, and today's topic is talking about probability. First of all, the concept of probability: all probability must be or have a value greater than or equal to 0 and less than 1. And it's also written here: 0 less than or equal to p, which is probability, and probability is less than or greater than, less than or equal to 1. Here it can be shown in the probability scale. First of all, if you can see that 1 is a certain, that you are sure about it, it is possible, and 0, it is impossible, and in the middle there is even chance, which is 1 over 2, that maybe no or yes, two answers only. But of course, between 1 and 1 over 2, and between 0 and 1 over 2, there is likely and unlikely. These two, it can be like from 4 over 3 or 9 over 5, like these things. Here it will be likely or unlikely, but if it is 0, it will be impossible. If it is 1 over 2, it will be even chance. If it is a boy or a girl, it's yes or no, true or false, two answers only. But if it is 1, so that means no, it's a certain, or it's a fact. It's possible. Okay, now what we have here, some examples about probability or about the probability scale. Like here, the sun will not rise next week. This thing is impossible. The sun are rising every day. The sun are rising every day. So that means the sun will not rise next week. It is impossible. It is 0. Have a 0%, or it's in the place of 0. It's impossible. Okay, you will grow to be 50 meters tall. Who can be 50 meters tall? So the answer is impossible. It is from 0. Okay, a newborn baby will be born. He said a newborn baby will be born. Maybe it will be a boy and maybe it will be a girl. So it has two answers. It is even chance because it is in the middle, 1 over 2. Maybe this answer and maybe this answer. Have the two choices. So that means it is even chance. A coin thrown in the air will land heads up. Maybe it will be head and maybe it will be tail. So it have also two answers. That means it will be 1 over 2. It's in the middle. There is even chance. So it is even chance. Night will follow a day. Actually, this is a fact. Yes, night always follow a day. So that means it is a certain. It's 1. Or you can say 100%. So that means it is a certain. Now, December following November next year. Yes, December are always following November in every year. So that means it is a certain. It is have 100% sure. So that means it's a certain. Now let's go to the probability of the simple event. Now let's continue with by the probability of simple events. The probability of an event is the ratio of the number of successful outcomes in the event to the total number of possible outcomes in the simple space. This was in words, but in symbols, that means event, which is denoted by the letter P, is equal to number of successful outcome over the total number of possible outcomes. Here, number of successful outcome is denoted by capital letter E, and total number of possible outcomes is denoted by capital letter S. So in symbols, it will be P is equal to number in bracket E over number of the bracket of S. Now let's see an example about the property of simple events. Here, this example says find the probability of getting a number 5 or 6 when a fair die is rolled. Now he said a fair die, right? So that means we have one die, and one die have 6 numbers. So that means number of S, or we can say first of all S is equal to what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, total number of possible outcome, it will be what? 5 and 6, because he said the probability of getting a number 5 or 6. So that means 5 and 6. 5 and 6. Now, the number of successful outcomes is 2, because we have here 2 numbers. So that means is 2. I mean 6 only, because it says the total number. The total number, what we have 6 only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the total number of the possible outcomes is 6. But the number of successful outcome is 2, because 5 and 6 together. Okay, now we will see the event or the probability to be P is equal to number of E over number of S, right? Okay, now P is equal to what we have here, 2 over 6, now by 1, and here by 3. So that means P is equal to 1 over 3. This is the probability or the event. And where can we find 1 over 3? Like, it can be from the unlike place or like place. Can we know it from the decimal? Actually, it will be from unlike. It will be unlike because it will be 0 point something. So 1 over 3 is equal to 0 point something, and we have in place of 0, from 0 until 1 over 2, it is unlikely. So that was the answer for this question. Now let's see the other questions together. Now let's continue with the second example. The second example, it says find the probability of drawing a card with a prime number on it from a deck of cards numbered 1 up to 50. Okay. Now what he want? He want to find the prime number from 1 up to 50. Now let's see. S is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15. Okay, now let's make it out, or first of all, the total number of possible outcomes is 15. Okay, now the prime number from 1 up to 15 is 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13 only. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, 7. So what we will do here is the number of successful outcome. Wait a minute. Here if you can see 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. I think the prime number that should be from 1 up to 15 is 6, not 7. Because 1 is neither prime number and it's neither composite number. It's not this and not this. So that means 1 can be a prime number. So we'll start from 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. Now we have 6 successful outcome. Okay, now what we will do, the number of S or the number of E over the number of S. Probability is equal to number of successful outcome, which is E, over the number of total number of possible outcomes. So that means what we have here 6 over what? 15. Okay, here by 3, 2, and here by 3, 5. So that means 2 over 5. When you convert it to the decimal, you will know where you will put in the scale of probability. Now let's see how to put it in the scale. First of all, turn it into decimal. 2 over 5, that means 2.5. 2.5. Now in the scale, here 0, here 1 over 2, and here 1. Okay, 2.5 are in, should be from here, so 2 over 5, it will be more than 1. So it is likely. It is likely. Okay, now let's see the third example, which is question number 3. Now let's continue by question number 3. A bag contains 8 discs of which 4 are red, 3 are blue, and 1 is yellow. Calculate the probability that when one disc is drawn from the bag, it will be A, red, B, blue, C, yellow or blue, D, black. Okay, first of all, how many discs all we have? Or we can say the total number of possible outcomes is 8. The total number of possible outcomes is equal to 8. Okay, now we have 4 red. We have 4 red. And we have 3 blue. And also here what we have 1 yellow. So calculate the number of red first of all. Okay, we have 4 red. So that means we'll make here red is the number of successful outcomes is equal to 4 here now. So A is equal to B is equal to number of successful outcomes over number of the total number of possible outcomes. That means 4 over 8 to be 1 over 2. So that means it is an even chance. Okay, this is A. Now let's go for B, which it says blue. B, which says blue. Now what we have, how many discs we have which is blue? 3. So that means the number of successful outcomes is 3 now in B. So that means P is equal to the number of E over number of S, which is equal to 3 over 8. Okay, now in C we have yellow or blue. So that means we will add yellow with blue. Well, because he said yellow or blue, that means yellow or blue, this one or this one. So that means we will add together. Yellow, which we have, first of all, C, which we have 1 yellow, and we have 3 blue. When you will add together, it will be 4. So that means the number of successful outcomes is 4 for number 3, for number or for the alphabetical C. Yellow or blue, which is 4. First of all, P, which is event, number of E over number of S is equal to 4 over 8. The same thing, 1 over 2, which is even chance. Okay, now let's go for D. D says black. Do we have a black desk here? No, we don't have. So that means the successful outcomes is equal to 0 because we don't have black. So what will make here? Number of E over number of S, which is equal to 0 over 8. That means 0. So that was the answer for question number 3. Now let's see the example for question number 4. Now let's continue by example number 4. A letter is chosen at random from the word probability. Work out the probability that it will be B capital letter or R capital letter or B or I capital letter. Okay, now what we will do here, we will see first of all how many B do we have in word probability. We have 2, right? Here is 1 and here is 2. Probability, double B. So that means we will make the number of successful outcome, it is equal to 2, right? But the number of the total number of possible outcomes is equal to what? Now here probability, how many words, or I mean how many alphabetical does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11 alphabet words. Alphabetical. So it will be 11. Now what we'll do is the event is equal to number of E over number of S, which is equal to 2 over 11. Okay, now let's see for R. Number of event and number of number of successful outcome and number of the total number of outcomes, possible outcomes, it is 11 already, but number of successful outcome is what? We have R, so probability only 1. So that means P is equal to 1 over 11. P or I, that means the number of P will be add to number of I. Okay, B we have 2 already. We have 2. Okay, what about I? We have the same, 2. So it will be here 2, and when you will add together it will be 4. So that means number of successful outcome is equal to 4, and number of The total number of possible outcomes is 11. That means P is equal to 4 over 11. Okay, now let's see question number 5. Now let's continue by question number 5. It says 2 dice are rolled. State the probability of each event. The sum is 7, the sum is 13, and the sum is less than 13. Now first of all, we'll make a table to see the 2 dice, because one dice is 6 and another dice is 6, so 6 times 6 would be 36. So we should draw a table that have the 2 dice together. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 then. Now what we will do here, it will be 1, or can I make it by another color? Here we'll make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we'll take another one which is 6. Now the same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now what we'll make here, one, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6. The same thing with 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6. 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6, 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 4, 6, 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, 6. Now we can take the numbers which is sum of 7. First of all, we'll solve A. We solve A. Now the sum of 7 is 1 plus 6, 2 plus 5, 3 plus 4, 4 plus 3, 5 plus 2, 1 plus 6. Like this one. Right? That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 numbers that can give us the sum is 7. So that means the total number what we have already 36. So that means the total number of possible outcomes, it is equal to 36. And Number of successful outcomes is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means P, which is equal to number of successful outcomes over the total number of possible outcomes, which is 6 over 36, here by 1 and here by 6. So P is equal to 1 over 6. That means A, its answer is 1 over 6. Okay. Now here's the question B. It says the sum is 13. But here we don't have a 13 because the last number, it is 6 plus 6 will give us 12. So the last number in this table, the large number in this table is 12. We don't have 13. So that means the number of successful outcome is equal to 0. And the total number, which is 36, I mean. So that means P is equal to 0 over 36. That means P is equal to 0. Okay. Now C. It says the sum is less than 13. Less than 13 means, I think 5, 3 it can be, 2, 2 it can be, 3, 1 it can be, 4, 1 it can be, 1, 4 it can be, 3, 3 it can be, all can be until 12. Why? Because until 12 is less than 13. So that means all of them. That means 36 over 36. It is a certain. So that means number of possible outcome is equal to 36, and number of the total number, which is the same thing, 36. That means P is equal to 36 over 36 will give us 1. Okay, now let's go for question number 6. Now let's continue by question number 6. A die and a coin, both of them, are tossed together. Find the probability of getting head and 6, head and odd number, tail and even number. First of all, we'll make a table which is have one die and one coin. One coin, that means head and tail. One die, which means 1 up to 6. So that means when we make a table, here what it will be, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here we have head and tail. Okay. The knot will make head 1, head 2, head 3, head 4, head 5, head 6, then tail 1, tail 2, tail 3, tail 4, tail 5, and then tail 6. Now, the first question says what? Head and 6. We have head and 6 only one time, which is here. So that means, first of all, the number of Like the total number of possible outcomes is what? It's 36. Why? Because if you see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? What about the second one? The same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means 6 times 6, it will be 36. So that means number of total number, the total number of possible outcome is equal to 36. And the number of successful outcome of head and 6 is 1. So P is equal to 1 over 36. Okay, this for A. Now B, it says head and odd numbers. The head, which is the number, head with the number which is prime number. Like for example, head with 2, head with 3, and head with 5. So that means what we have? 3. Now E, it will be 3, and the total number is 36. So that means P is equal to 3 over 36. That means 1 over 12. That means P, B, head and odd number, it will be 1 over 12. Okay, let's see the alphabetical series or question C. It says tail and even number. Tail with even number. Okay, so that means we have here 1, tail with even number, tail with even number, and tail with even number. The same thing, 3. So that means it will be 1 over 12, because 3 over 36, it will be 1 over 12. Now let's go for the last question, which is question number 7. Now let's see the last question, which is question number 7. If 3 coins are thrown, what is the probability of obtaining all heads and at least 1 head? Okay, first of all, we'll draw the diagram of the 3 coins together. That means head and tail, head and tail, head and tail again, because it is 3 coins. Now we'll collect all of them, or the 3 coins together. Like for example, what we'll do, head, head, head together, then head, head, tail, head, head, tail, then head, tail, head, head, tail, head, then head, tail, tail, head, tail, tail, then tail, head, head, tail, head, head, then tail, head, tail, tail, head, tail, then tail, tail, head, tail, tail, head, then tail, 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 tail. Now, how many total number of possible outcomes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 possible outcomes. So that means the number of S, what we have, it is 8. Okay, now he said that all heads, all heads. We have only one which is have all heads. So that means number of successful outcome E is 1. So P is equal to 1 over 8. Okay. Now B, it says at least one head. We have here only one head, and we here also have one head, and here also one head. So that means we have 3 only. So 3 successful outcome, and we have the number of the total number is 8. So that means P is equal to 3 over 8. And that was the part probability. Examples of probability of simple events. First of all, the die, the coin, and also the numbers, the words, how to bring the probability of getting 1H or 1I, these things. So this is meaning of probability, to think or to guessing, to guess. And if you can also bring the number and put it in the scale of probability. 0, which is impossible, 1 over 2 in the middle, which is even chance. It have only 2 answers, and the last one, which is 1, which is it's the certain. So that was everything about probability, and I hope that you benefit from this video and gain new information about probability. Inshallah, next coming videos will do more topics, and you will gain more information from it. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening. Goodbye.